The Kentucky Lantern is suing the University of Kentucky over the Open Records Act. The outlet wants emails sent between the university and a tenured professor who settled and left. Deshanna Collette was a tenured professor who signed a $375,000 settlement to leave UK and had to withdraw her own records request as part of that settlement. Lantern claims the university was trying to, quote, buy its way out of the Open Records Act. The Lantern is suing now that UK denied their request, and Attorney General Russell Coleman rejected its appeal. The case will be heard in Fayette County Circuit Court.